Welcome back to another vlog, people. So I always start with some yoga and stretching in the morning and then straight into a workout. Usually I go to the gym, but as I said last week, I wanted to mix up from the last few years of just going gym every morning. So I've started tread fast, and I have to say at the moment I'm absolutely loving it. Just different variations, different dynamic movements. Really enjoying mixing it up, and it's good to do so you don't get bored of the same stuff. But I tell you what, it's an absolute killer. After the workout, obviously we're going to have a shower. If you're not washing your ass in the morning, what are you doing? No one wants a stinky person, and if you can't look after yourself, how are you going to be successful? Then we're going to take Bruno out for a cheeky morning walk, get that done, followed by a quick trip to the shop because we didn't actually have any supplies for breakfast or for me as lunch. Not going to lie, Tesco, you were slacking this morning. You didn't have much in stock. Goods secured, strap them in nice and safely, and then it is on to making me as lunch. These are the moments that I really cherish. After doing this thing now full time for nearly coming up to 5 years, I've realised that it's not the Lamborghinis, it's not the money, it's not the fancy houses or watches. It's just spending time with the kids, watching them grow up, be there for them, giving them the best chance and opportunity in life. That really is what it's all about for me. You know, fulfillment, laughter. Never take life too serious, tomorrow's never promised, and life's a gift. And I think too many people are waiting for something special to happen before they enjoy their life. If you want a cheeky breakfast hack or a snack, this slaps. 2 Weetabix, bit of Hygiene yogurt, slap in a little bit of protein powder, mix it all up, bang it on top of the Weetabix like a cheesecake, slap on some fruit, banana. I would normally add blueberries and raspberries, but Tesco is out. Give Bruno a little bit of a banana. Then stick that in the fridge for a little bit, let it cool whilst we make Steph a coffee. I only have 1 coffee a day now, and I don't rely on caffeine in the morning. I purely drink coffee because I like it. So for me, I'll have my coffee around 9 o'clock. I am trying to train the little one to make coffee, see if she can get the hang of it. However, she doesn't like the smell of it, so she might not be a coffee drinker. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Little explosion here, still trying to get used to the machine. Again, a lot of people would let this ruin their day, but we don't need to let little things like that ruin our day. Oh yeah. Mia, if you're watching this though, babe, you do need some practice because this is abysmal, babe. Then straight on the charts, eat my breakfast. Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to another vlog. If you're new around here, my name is Alb, and I basically film every single weekday of my life, and I upload it to the internet for all you lovely people to see. I'm documenting, I'm being real, I'm being raw as a parent, as a partner, as an entrepreneur, as a trader, figuring all this shizzle out with absolutely no guide. I don't come from money, I don't come from nothing. I used to have tons of debt, I used to be in a very dark place, I used to be overweight, and I've managed to come and rectify all of that. And now I'm on a mission to spread that to everybody else and hopefully help as many people as possible. So if you like what you see, do me a favour and subscribe. It means a lot. Give it a thumbs up as well. And if I'm on big telly, if you click up, you can click thumbs up there and you give it a like. Nice one, mate. We are about to make a coffee, first of the day and the only one of the day. And then I'm going to jump on a Discord call because, as you know, every Monday I do a Discord call with a coffee and just catch up with everyone and see how they're getting on. Not your usual Discord. If you're interested, I'll leave a link below. Check it out. Sent a banger of an email this morning. If you're not on my email newsletter, I basically have created a 31 ways in 31 days to completely change your life. It's free, it's automated, you'll get 1 email a day. Link below, I'll pin it in the comments. Get involved, people. Nothing for me today, which is cool. It means I can take the trading hat off and I can put another hat on. And that's sometimes what I have to do a lot of. And it's something I've actually said to people before. If you're someone that has a busy life, you have lots going on, it's really important sometimes to almost distinguish the difference of when you're doing the thing, when you're not doing the thing. So sometimes by actually taking a hat off and putting a new one on, it can kind of signify like, okay, we're not a trader now, we're a content creator. Or in my respect right now, I am a barista because we're gonna make some bang bang coffee art. Also, if you're new, I basically bought a coffee machine like, I don't know, 2 months ago, and I'm trying to master making coffee art. And it's difficult, but we're here because like anything, you start and you suck, but the more you practice and the better you get, and then you get better at it, and then you get rewarded from it, and then guess what? You have to rinse and repeat. Yeah, today I'm gonna try and document a lot more, like hour by hour, what I'm getting up to, what I'm doing, and just hopefully showcase like the importance of having a routine. I think a routine's massive. It should be a non-negotiable, and you should have things that you do daily that are non-negotiables. So obviously I've already ticked off a hell of a lot of stuff. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. I've already done like 4,000 steps, I've done my exercise, drunk 1.5 litres of water, I've started hitting my protein, hitting my macros, sorted the girls out, they've gone to school, walked the dog, like shit's popping, do you know what I mean? So it's what it's all about. Start as you mean to go on, and how you do one thing is how you do everything. Also, while I think about it, I wrote an incredible little quote yesterday on Instagram, and I don't want it to go missing. And I know some of you only follow me on YouTube, and not all of you are on socials in general. And I appreciate that, by the way, that those of you that aren't really on social still watch the vlogs. Love that. Basically, the quote was, trying to fix your trading without trying to fix your mindset is like painting over mould in your house and wondering why it still stinks. Something along them lines, but I literally think it can't be any truer. Like, everybody's trying to do this trading thing, and a lot of people came into it during COVID because it was like an easy way to make money, and then when they realise it's not, they either give up or they go down this route of believing there's like a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow and they're going to find the secret sauce. There isn't the secret sauce, it's hard, but what makes it easier is if you start to work on this. So again, if you're like ignoring that, the emails will be great for you because 31 days of tasks and things you can do to improve this. Oh, milk's looking good. It's meant to look like glossy wet paint, and this is some glassy wet paint. Right, you want to go with like quite a quick pour from height, and then as it starts to build, you want to get into the centre. We're trying to do a Rosetta, by the way, and then you want to pour quick. Oh, I got scared and bottled it. Oh, that was good. The milk was good. That's probably one of the big... Anyone trying to do this, yeah? One of the biggest problems is if the milk's no good, you're finished. So you have to get the milk good. And that's why I bought a thermometer, because then I can kind of replicate what's what. I mean, it's not awful, right? We take those. Call's done. Now I'm on my way to do food shopping. Obviously, that is not a part of my daily routine, but we need food. So I'm going to do this first, then I'm going to go for my walk.
Check out the old drive. You've got giant plastic cans. I told you this, they were on the...
Shopping done. We're now on our walk. So our shop, I say our shop, it's not our shop, but our local M&S actually got robbed last night. Kind of wild, right? They broke in through the side door and decided to rob the self-checkouts, which probably had a few $100 in. Like,
with a crowbar.
It's kind of like, what's the point, man? All that risk for such little reward. They're better off, yeah, opening a broker account, sticking $500 in it and sending it. It would have maybe been paid off and they wouldn't get nicked for it after, but yeah, kind of mad, especially when stuff like that happens, I guess, semi near you. You just start thinking like, rah, what's going on, man? So, yeah. It is what it is. The game's the game. No one was hurt. That's what matters. But now we're on a walk, getting our steps in. Really important that you're getting out and getting your steps in. The Rewired 22-day challenge started today as well. So if you are in Rewired and you're not in the Discord, join. You're a little bit behind by now, but it doesn't matter. You can still get involved. Drinking water, exercise, watching a model of Rewired, tracking your flow state, journaling, all this sort of stuff, day to day, ticking it off, Notion and everything created, then posting it in Discord. Listen, a lot of that stuff for me is just autopilot, non-negotiable anyway. So for me, happy days, fantastic. We're locked in, we're getting it done. Pretty much ticked off everything, barring watching a module of Rewired, which I'll do with my lunch probably. So yeah, gonna crack on, listen to the birds tweeting, Steph's looking at villas and stuff, and I'll catch you in a bit. Now we've got the eggs on the go, and this big man thinks he's getting some. Loads of you always ask me about the boiled egg sauce. I have shared it on a vlog before, so it just shows that you don't watch all the vlogs, which, you know what? Just makes me really sad and disappointed. Right, eggs done, chicken done, let's go. Gonna stick a module of Rewired on now. Right then, it's 2 o'clock. Finished everything I need to do today. Just done my mobility workout. Yes, I do one in the mornings. That's more like a yoga-y kind of morning routine. And then I'm doing more of a like lower hips, upper kind of split across the week as well, which is going well. So yeah, happy days there. We'll see what's happening. I think now I'm going to make a tea, go and sit in the garden for a little bit before school run. And yeah, things are flying, feeling good. Like honestly, you don't realise how much more like time you'll have in the day if you just have a routine and you just get shit done. And there's no better feeling than just ticking things off. And I think, like, for example, right, I'm not trading loads. I've said that, you know, since adding these new filters in and just general markets, there isn't tons of setups for me at the moment. 2 trades for the whole of May. It's very easy as a trader to be like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Shit, I need to do something. Oh, maybe I need to look at this new filter or find this new thing or change my system or, you know, maybe take this trade that's not quite the plan. And that's how all these things fester. It's like a little seed and you start watering it, you start giving it sunlight, and before you know it, it becomes a big problem. Whereas when you've got a to-do list and you just tick everything off, you go, well, I might not have traded today. I took that hat off, as I talk about, taking that hat off. But everything else that I needed to get done got smashed. And that reaffirms the identity of you get shit done, and that in turn will naturally bleed into your trading. So yeah, anyone that's like threatening you with a fucking resistant band, like fuck. Nah, some of you weirdos probably like that shit. 5 o'clock now, and I'm just sorting out dinner. Dinner for one tonight. Obviously making the girls dinner, but they got classes and stuff. And Steph's actually gone to the gym while they're at the classes. So making my food. I have gone for a creamy and garlic chicken pasta. A chicken rice, sorry. So there's the munch there. Little bit of mess and that. It's all good in the hood. Right, let's see what this bad boy's saying. Splendid. I think a problem a lot of people have with their relationship with food is they go so far one way they feel like they can't eat anything, and then they always veer back to old them. It's just about making healthy, sustainable habits. Like, if I want a piece of cake, I'll eat it. If I want an almond croissant, I'll eat it. Like, you only live once. But equally, I know how to balance that sort of stuff out. And I think making stuff yourself and homemade sauces and everything, you don't realise how many calories and sugars are in, like, you know, hot sauces. A lot of it can just be done yourself. Very easy, very simple. Like, it doesn't have to be boring, bland and horrible, this whole weight loss health journey. It's just balance. I might pick this up in a little bit. If not, it'll be the morning. Also, recommendation for you all. Sorry, talking in your mouth is disgraceful. Mobland, Paramount. If you haven't watched it, you've got to get it on. It is phenomenal. One of the very few series that we've watched in a long time that has made me just want to watch the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. However, don't start staying up late and doing a madness and blaming it on me. Be calculated, yeah? Couple of night, plan it around your routine. But it's a fucking banger. Yes, people, it's Tuesday, and we are on our way to the shops ever so quickly. And then I've got a call to jump on. It took about an hour to get there, get it done. I'm in a bit of traffic at the moment, but it's all good in the hood. I wanted to share a little piece while driving, you know, the little driving wisdom drops. And I thought it'd be a super impactful one that will probably help a lot of people. Because I'm always getting asked, like, you know, about like, oh, I think I've got a discipline problem. I think I lack this, I lack that. And it's like, look, granted, there may be elements of that where, you know, you lack discipline in some parts of your life. But what the actual root cause of it is you've got a leaky identity. So imagine building a house on dodgy foundations. You can paint the walls, you can put in the nicest furniture, you can use the best of the best. You can import freaking marble from Italy, whatever you want, right? But over time, the walls will crack, the floors will move, and nothing will feel solid. That's literally what most people do with discipline. They add in cold showers, better routines, stricter plans, but underneath it all, they still see themselves as someone who never follows through. And the thing is, you will always act in alignment with who you believe you are. Always. If your identity says, I'm someone who gives up when it gets tough, you'll literally give up when it gets tough. The amount of people that tell themselves they're going to do something and then they find a way to not do it, those are the critical moments that really, really batter your identity. And that's ultimately how your brain learns who you are. Because once your identity catches up, you won't need motivation anymore. You'll just get it done. Who are you as an individual? Are you someone that when you wake up and you say you're going to do shit, you do it? Or are you not? It's a very simple question, but it's one that when you start to understand and ask the question of yourself and then implement that action, you start to very quickly realise how much easier doing these things can be. Right, we're back from the shops. We're testing the coffee machine out. When I did Steph's coffee this morning, the pressure was just nowhere near where it would normally be. So, hopefully it was just like a little hiccup thing and we're all good. But yesterday when I was on my Discord call, someone asked me, we did like a little Q&A thing, and someone asked me like, what's one of the hardest lessons or things that I've had to deal with as a trader? And listen, that's very difficult, right? Because there are so many things, and I couldn't put it into one specific thing. But there was one thing that stood out to me, that always stood out to me in my journey, and I think it's something that a lot of traders really struggle with. You can take a valid trade that fits all your rules, you followed it to a T, and it still loses. It's very difficult for your brain not to assume, the edge is broken, something's wrong. And this comes from, you can have all the evidence in the world from back testing, data collection, you can have all these fancy spreadsheets, whatever it is. But if you've not seen it live, tangible results, you know, ROI, growth, you'll automatically assume that something's wrong. Because in our head, we go, well, I did everything right, I followed my rules, and I still lost. That would be like me saying to you, here's a recipe, you cook it, and you end up with uneatable chicken pasta for whatever reason, and you go, what the fuck, something was wrong with the recipe, I need a new one. And that's what traders do with trading. They assume they need a new one. But what they don't ask is, what if that loss, was genuinely just a part of probabilities in a normal sequence, and you just happen to catch the L? But because of all your shiny data and because of all the spreadsheets and charts and whatever else you've got, you assume the first one would be a win. Maybe you started a fresh challenge or whatever it was. So you assume the first one would be a win. What traders start to do when that happens, they start to tweak their strategy, they start to change things, they start to look for a new guru online that's got a fucking secret indicator that they didn't know about or whatever it might be. What if it was just a normal part of being a trader, but your inability to understand that from the mental framework is what's cost you? Because as humans, we're wired that if we follow doing something and it doesn't work, it must be broken. For example, yeah, literally just shared, my coffee machine right now is having a bit of an issue. I can figure out a fix that probably fixes it and it's done. With trading, there's not always a one size fix because what people are trying to do is avoid losing, and you'll never avoid losing. It's understanding that. And you cannot tell me that a fucking technical edge will fix that. So stop listening to absolute fucking mongs online that tell you it's technicals only and psychology's a scam. Because the same people that say that change their fucking message more than their underpants. And a lot of these men wear Action Man underpants still, or little Space Invader underpants. And all they're doing is polluting your mind and pushing a narrative that they can push, which is technicals. I'm not disputing you need technicals. Of course you fucking do. And I'm not going to sit here and say one's 70% and one's 30%. You need both. 100%. Whether it's 80-20, 50-50, 60-40, I don't care. But you need both. You need the technical, you need the mindset. Because the mindset, the emotional control, the critical thinking, the understanding yourself on a deeper level, the identity. Because again, if you're someone that knows deep down, you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you'll always follow through with that no matter what fucking routine you've got, no matter what edge you've got. So really make sure that you're working on this shit and you're understanding that you're always going to lose. It's just about losing well and moving on versus losing and changing everything. Seriously, listen to that, yeah? Because that is invaluable advice that if you can listen and get used to, I'm telling you, you'll accelerate your trading. Coffee tastes all off. Something's wrong with the machine. We'll fix it. No stress. But I got to jump on this call, so I'll pick this up in a bit. It's Wednesday, just finished, someone's calling me, don't know who you are, bye-bye. Decided I need to make a coffee. That is something I learned the hard way, is that sometimes this element of urgency and want is often what keeps you from getting the desired outcome in the first place. And obviously, look, you know, it's 9 o'clock, or 9:15 now, London session's done, not because I finish at 9 or anything, just because there's no setups for me today. I can tell that based on the chart, so I'm going to do something else. Now, I haven't traded for a week. Last trade was last Wednesday, which was a win. Taken 2 trades for the whole of May, which, not gonna lie to you, based on previous data, isn't normal. I would normally take a lot more trades for that period of time. However, the market's doing what the market's doing, and I can't control that. All I can control is what I can control, which is myself, right? And this is where a lot of people fall into a trap, is they're in a rush to do the thing because they've put it on a pedestal or they've put it on this big, I need to be funded or making loads of money by tomorrow or by next week or by even June. And we're getting towards June and you might be feeling a sense of, oh my God, it's nearly June and I haven't got that goal yet. But these goals, yeah, sometimes you've got to look at them more as like a benchmark. Something to, of course, keep you in check, keep you on track. I'm not excusing being a fucking wombat and not doing the thing. But equally, it can't apply too much pressure that you then start doing dumb shit. Because you've never done something that you thought was good on the chart and think, oh, you know what, I'll just go against this plan or this rule and it'll work, and it's favoured you long term. It may have made you a bit of money there and then, but then you would have lost the account, or you'd have blown the challenge up, or you would have created a habit that would have ruined it somewhere along the line. So anyone that's having a slower patch or a quiet patch, like, it's just normal, like, it's going to happen. And I think what happens, yeah, not enough people factor this into trading, especially those of you that want to be full-time, right? I think a lot of people do this where they go, yeah, I won't have BE months, I won't have drawdown months, I won't have supply months, based on my data. Data can change, mate. This is what no one realises. Data changes all the time. The world changes all the time. Markets change. Things adapt. Different economies do different things, which will impact the chart, which will impact your system. But everybody just thinks they're going to make money, percent. So when that expectation isn't met, you then go on a mad one and you go and do something stupid. I'm close to passing some things I'm trying to do, etc, etc. I'm not going to get into all that because I don't just like attracting numpties because I'm like, oh, I've got funded accounts, so I've made money. I couldn't give a fuck. If you follow me for that, leave. Because that shouldn't be what validates me. And if those are the people you follow because they show that, there's a reason as well why you're not getting anywhere. But that's a whole different story. If you're sat in a traffic jam and it says crash or accident or debris in the road and you're just moving, itching forward slowly, the intrusive thought in your head, yeah, might look to your left, or obviously if you're in Europe, it might look to your right, and it might say, why don't we use the hard shoulder or the bus lane? It will be quicker. We'll get out of here. I only want to get off at that exit. I need a piss, or I've got things to do, or I need somewhere to be. The problem is, in doing that, you might get yourself a £100 fine, get hit into by an oncoming emergency vehicle or someone else, and you could ask yourself, if I didn't make that silly decision to rush and be urgent, it wouldn't have happened. Oh my God. It's exactly what people do with their trading. They rush, they make ill-informed decisions based on urgency of wanting something. It's not a calculated decision, and they put themselves backwards and they crash and they get a fine. And often the fine is buying another account. So maybe, just maybe, sit, do nothing, track the things you should be tracking, do the things you should be doing, and if nothing's setting up or nothing's happening, take the trader hat off, as I've said throughout this whole vlog, and put another hat on. Because ultimately, sometimes in trading, doing nothing is the absolute best thing in the world. It's just not sexy to talk about it like that, because you've got fucking mongs online that just talk about how much money they make and they're the GOAT and they've got the algorithm of the universe and they're the best. If there was a fucking algorithm that dictated absolutely everything and you could learn it on YouTube or paying some fucking numpty 100 quid, do you not think things like world wars and shit wouldn't happen? All they're based on is fucking money. So if there was an algorithm, it would not be sold for 50 quid to FX Smasher 69. It just wouldn't. And when you start thinking logical, you start realising that so much stuff we're told is bollocks. Yeah, boy, who said healthy eating has to be boring, mate? Use some sauces, use some spices, get it going good. Yeah, you see what we're rolling with here? We're vibing. Homemade sauce, wedges, everything's homemade. Right, it's Thursday morning and I've just executed on an EU long, first trade in over a week, so we'll see what happens. Waited for the news to play out before getting in. Did everything I needed to do, so all that was left was to click the button. So now I'm going to make a coffee, set my alerts, one up here, one down here, and I'm going to do something else. Shout out to Toby. Big ups yourself. He's passed another phase 1 today with the fivers. Doing really, really well for himself. Right then, I had a cheeky call to jump on, which is done. Happy days. Whilst I was on the call, I had stop loss on EU. It was quite funny. The person I was on the call with, they didn't have a clue I'd lost a trade until like halfway through. I was like, oh, I just got taken out of a trade. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. They're like, you literally, body language didn't change. I was like, why would it? Like, why should it? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're at a point in this journey now where losses don't affect you. Like, yes, not trading as frequent. Of course, you want the trade that you take after a week to win. But I can't control that. All I can control is what I do based on the edge, the lot sizes, the entries, being there, clicking the button. After that, it's out of my control. And I generally believe when you all really realise that, you'll realise that where you've been going wrong for so long. But equally, whilst I was on the call, I was saying that I think a big problem that traders face, right, is that in any profession, you learn the profession to not have the ability to lose or do wrong or fail in the profession, because a lot of those professions may have consequences. For example, when I was a tyre fitter years ago, when I was younger, if I was to fit the tyre incorrectly or put the wheel on incorrectly without the right torque settings, etc., and that wheel fell off halfway down the road, that is a massive problem for me. The garage I worked at is humiliating, etc. So we're always striving to be our best, right? With trading, you can follow your plan, it can tick all your rules, but the trade can still lose, and you can't do anything about that. But as a human, because we always like to be right and do right and perform at our best, we have this inner dialogue that creates a battle that then makes us want to change or say the system's broke or this is wrong or that is wrong. And I believe that's why most traders stay stuck, because they're forever chasing this perfection that they have to channel in other areas of their life. And I think as soon as you can accept that won't happen in trading, and no matter what system you have, you will lose, you start to realise like, oh, I just need to keep going. Let time do its thing, as I always say. Because in drawdown, you want to be very risk averse. Okay, so literally just finished up editing a video for the Discord. It's not like a technical video or anything like that. Anyone thinking like, oh my God, source. Someone asked a question this morning about high risk, low risk trades and like scoring your positions. And I felt like a voice note wasn't enough to articulate what I was trying to explain. So I thought I'd do a little video explaining the two. And yeah, just going to upload that now for the guys and girls in the Discord, because I think it's something that's very helpful and something that has helped me in the past and still helps me to this day. So yeah, just uploading that. And then to be honest, everything's done. I've just got to edit a reel that I've made for today. Steph's gone to pick up little ones. They've got dentists and stuff. And then she's going to do some food, play some Call of Duty and relax. So people, how's it going? It is Friday. Kind of crazy to think it's Friday. Just made a coffee, update on the coffee machine. It's fine. I think what it was is it needed descaling. It had like a little blockage. So yeah, it seems to be all good now. It's pouring normal. Everything is good, which is happy days. Just had to do a little bit of admin on it. Also, these, mate, are a joke. Check out the size of that for a bourbon. Like, life scale, yeah? Here's my coffee. Here's the bourbon, bruv. It's all about balance, yeah? I said to myself this week, after completing my first full week of shred fast, obviously last week I did 4 days because I went to the gym on the Monday. I've done 5 days back to back, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy those bourbons, which I showed in the vlog, and custard creams. We've got the custard creams too. And then on Friday, once I've completed the 5 days, I will have a bourbon and a coffee as a well done. And it's not like, it's just the little things. It's not got me anything mental, but I said I was going to do something, and I did it, so here you go. That's balance, this life, this rewarding. I don't think enough people reward themselves for the small things, and I think they should, because it's always the small things that accumulate to the big things. You've heard about the butterfly effect, very much similar with a lot of the things you guys and girls are doing day to day. You just got to keep going, but sometimes the mind and the body wants a reward. Now, don't get complacent with it. You can't be like, oh, I went for a walk, I'm going to have one of these every single day. I think there's like 150 calories in this fucker, so fair play. But what I do, again, is I ensure it fits within my calories of the day. I don't just go, I'll eat all my calories and have this. I don't go into some crazy surplus. Plus, I can just do more steps. I've already done a workout, my mobility, my yoga. We're good in the hood. Thought I'd share. Maybe I'll make more of an in-depth video on like celebration. But it's something I've had to tell people in Discord, like they achieved something. Like I've had loads of people these last few weeks, like hitting funding goals and doing things they've never done. Weight loss goals, getting new jobs. And I'm like, celebrate it. And they're like, oh no, not yet. I need to do this, I need to do that. And it's like, no. Don't just always go down the route of chasing, because if you forever chase, you'll never be happy, you'll never be content. There'll always be another thing or another goal. It's important to mark things. It doesn't have to be crazy shit. It's just a fucking bourbon, mate. But little things, little rewards. Obviously, the bigger the goal, the more the reward. But yeah, something I've always lived by. And touching your future as well. I think that's very important. I mean, it's all right. I wouldn't rave and say you've got to go out and buy them. Yes, people. So just been having a bit of a admin afternoon, getting some stuff done. And I realised how long the vlog is. And let me know if you like the longer vlogs. I'm more than willing to do longer vlogs. I also thought about doing daily vlogs, just like mixing it up a little bit and just doing like day to day to day. Obviously that would mean there was like 7 vlogs a week maybe. Because I know a lot of you prefer different days and want more content. And I don't mind doing that because I can probably do it. Do you know what I mean? Without it being too difficult. I'm kind of doing it anyway. I'm just repurposing it all into one vlog. There's a lot of footage that I never add in because I'm like, oh, it's too long. There's too much stuff. But, you know, some of the vloggers I follow that I've watched for years, they put like mega vlogs out for like 2 hours. And I'm like, rah. Like, would anyone watch that? Like, I don't know, innit? Let me know. I hope you all have a fantastic week ahead. There's a couple of tickets left because I had a couple of people unfortunately cancel. They just couldn't get flights in time. So there's a link below and I'll pin it in the comments if you want to come to the event. It's getting closer now, about 3 weeks out. Also going to link Darwin X because I believe if you're not on it, you're mental. Again, just cut the noise. I know a lot of people online try and bash it. It's because it doesn't suit them. It doesn't mean it doesn't suit you. There's some really big things coming with Darwin X. Of course, my Discord and email newsletter. You should be involved because the value is unmatched. I'm gonna love and leave you. Catch you all in a bit. I appreciate every single one of you. Do me a favour as well. Thumbs up. Yeah, they help a lot. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Without further ado, I will catch you all in next week's video. Peace and love, gang. And if you got this far, I want you to give me bourbon in the comments. See how many of you get this far, innit? Peace.